Hello and welcome to I Am Geek, and this is episode 294. I'm Ryan, not joined by my brother Chris today. But Katrin's here.
Hello.
Hey, Chris is not here though because his wife is in the hospital.
Whoa.
So if you pray for her. So hopefully we'll find out more info what's going on with that, and he'll be back here next time.
Yeah.
But so it's just the two of us tonight. And if you're watching on, well, you've probably already seen the title, so it doesn't matter. But if you're watching on YouTube, you might know what we might be talking about tonight. We're going to talk about the new Ghostbusters movie.
Janitors.
Janitors.
Oh.
Yes, we're going to talk we have a special guest tonight, Joe the janitor, coming in from the old elementary school. Where he takes care of it at night. Hello, Joe. You there?
I'm here.
And we brought Joe on because he watched Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, and he's going to talk to us about it.
Yeah.
Actually,
let me put the Vomall down on the floor.
Gotta get the sawdust.
Vomall or whatever it was.
We were talking about Ghostbusters Frozen Empire tonight. Before we get into some news, there's been a lot of news going on that we haven't talked about. Should we start with Disney?
Yeah, let's start with Disney news. That's what people come here for.
Oh yeah, they're like, where do I get all my Disney news?
Hard-hitting Disney news.
I am geek.
Yes.
Tiana's Bayou continues to plug along.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it will be opening
soon.
Yeah,
soon.
June maybe. I think that's what they said.
Yeah,
right?
That's what we said. We said it'd probably be June. So I don't know.
I may sneak on if I'm down there in May. I'll just sneak on to it.
Might as well.
Yeah, I'll just wear an orange vest, hard hat, and just clipboard, point at stuff.
Yep, it's guaranteed.
Just walk right on.
Yep.
What are they gonna do?
Probably stop. Where's your badge, sir?
I'd be like, I left it in the utilidors.
Did you see that they had to change some of the verbiage for it having animated characters or something like that? Because there's a frog. There's a frog, that you've seen pictures of probably. It doesn't move at all, so they had to say some animated characters or something. They had to change the way it was written.
Did you see what they're doing with those frogs? Because they're like, if their eyes will follow you.
Oh.
So what they're doing, like in the Haunted Mansion, this,
where
you pass with the statues and it looks like their faces are following you. They just concave the eyes of the frog. So if you look at them, their eyes are like back in their heads, like concave.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it look like the eyes are following you.
There you go.
That's the trick.
That's the trick. It looks like it's moving, but it's not.
It looks like, but it's not. It's just sitting there, and its eyes are just weird sockets with no eyeballs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure it'll be good. I just haven't really got excited.
Yeah.
About it.
I think it'll be fine. I think there'll be people that love it, people that don't, but I think people will just be glad that there's a ride again and they can get wet or whatever. And there's probably still a lot of the decorations and scenery that they're going to add right at the last minute, and then it's going to make it all pop, because right now it's pretty dull looking with the trees blend into the background and it's just kind of there, it's nothing exciting.
There's nothing on top of the mountain. Yeah.
You go to Louisiana and New Orleans, it's kind of like that. There's moss on the trees and all that fun stuff, but I think they'll make it pop somehow.
I've never been a big fan of getting soaking wet on water rides anyways, because then you walk around the rest of the day and you're like sort of awkward and annoying. So that's why I'm like, it's another ride.
Yeah, I mean, which is totally fine because that means everybody else will go do that.
Yeah,
I can go over there. I can go somewhere else. I remember riding a log flume one time, and I hate log flumes, but we used to ride it like at Opryland or Dollywood,
Mhm.
and I remember one time getting to the top of the hill and seeing the stairs over on the right of the the chute. I was like, "Can I just jump off right now and get on this? I don't wanna go down." But I did. I didn't get out, I went down, so yeah. You can't really stop those, that's the one
Yeah,
thing about log flumes.
yeah,
Once you get there to the top, it's go time.
it's go time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, 1900 Park Fair opened back up, so there's
Yeah,
character dining at Grand Floridian.
and I
Uh,
think Tiana showed up, right, too, right?
yeah, and her new outfit
Yeah.
for the ride, I guess,
Yep.
and Cinderella's there, Aladdin's there in his prince outfit,
Mm,
um, Mirabelle from Encanto,
yeah,
probably
but
somebody else.
no Mary Poppins, though, right?
Yeah, the cast of characters are sort of strange for the Grand Floridian, but
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? What are you
I
gonna do?
mean, not go, I guess. I don't
I guess.
know.
I
But
guess.
there'll be people that are excited to see those, good for them.
Yeah. I guess the big which we don't have to get it's controversial, but we can get I don't care, whatever. The big Disney news is that they announced they're changing their disability access
Yes.
service pass.
It's all the
Uh,
rage
yeah,
or something.
because of people abusing yes, because people were abusing it, I guess. Which, yes, people were abusing it, but then there is people that have legitimate
Mhm.
issues that with the verbiage they put out, probably won't be able to get one anymore,
Yep.
which means they probably won't be able to ride rides anymore unless they're gonna shell out more money, I guess, and
Yeah.
more money, or just even with shelling out money, sometimes that's with with the Genie Plus doesn't help with everything.
No, and that's part of the problem too, is that their theory is that people are buying Lightning Lane or whatever, passes, Genie Plus,
Mhm.
and then there's people that are getting DAS, and maybe too many people are getting that DAS pass, and people are getting the Genie Plus, and maybe that's making those lines super long because the Genie Plus line is really long, and maybe they know the numbers better than we do, right? So maybe
Yeah.
that's they're thinking, okay, if for one, people are misusing it, right? But two, it'll help make that line look more realistic of who is actually buying it. It's not being oversold or anything. It's just there's all these people that need it that are in there or don't need it. So it could level that out, but I still think there's going to be um, so much backlash with it that people will just stop going,
Yeah.
or it'll cause so many problems and fights and people getting angry at Disney, that it they'll change it again, I'm sure.
We'll see. Yeah, because
But
I mean, I've
I get it, so I don't
yeah,
know.
I have medical issues that I've used it for,
Sure.
and when one time I went to Universal and they said that they weren't gonna do it. They
Mhm.
weren't gonna give me one, and I tried and I couldn't do it, and I just had to leave the park, and I haven't been back to Universal. So, who knows? The Disney guy that loves Disney may stop going to Disney just because
Mm.
his body is too
Body's saying no.
too decrepit and can't handle it anymore.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
I've questioned it myself about just in general, like, when am I gonna go next?
yeah,
We're trying to cut back as it is, and everything's just gotten so expensive, right?
yeah,
And I wanna go, and I'm trying to figure out I've got the Disney Visa Premier card, so I've got all these points. We're keep racking them up, and we talked about going on a cruise, which we could still do at some point.
yeah,
So I mean, we could use our money for that. But it's like I'd like to go and still be there,
yeah,
but then again, it's like man, everything's so daggum expensive, and they're going to be here pretty soon. There's going to be things closed down everywhere. It
mhm.
seems again, and it's like oh boy, more scrim.
Yay! Yeah,
It
yeah.
seems like we just got out of all that, and now they're starting over again, with some things. So, um,
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to go, but I don't
yeah.
know when.
Well, I have a trip planned in May for May 4th.
Yep,
That may be the last time I go for a while,
sure.
maybe. Yeah.
Maybe 2045 is when you'll go next. will be almost so that's 2045 is when the next solar eclipse through
Oh,
the United States will happen. It's going right straight through the middle of Florida, so that
oh.
that place is gonna be rocking. That's 20
How
years from now, 21
how
years.
gosh, how old will we be?
We
We'll
will
be
be,
alive?
we will be almost 70 years old.
Oh gosh, I don't know. At
Uh,
the way things
this
are
one
going.
I know. It'll be, probably $500 a day at Disney to go
Yeah.
by that point. Um,
Woo.
but, yeah, that's gonna be a pricey ticket for that day or that weekend, whenever it is,
Yeah.
so,
Um, I don't think is there any other Disney news? Anything big?
um, Test Track, they've talked about
Oh, yeah.
reimagining it, and it's closing soon. They've announced that. There's, of course, we talked about it on Living with the Land Speeder that the shooting gallery could close down really soon, and they'll start work
Yeah.
on it to make it a DVC lounge, is the rumor now. And then they're starting to work on, we think, because they've filed these permits to put the construction trailers out to start work on what's beyond Big Thunder. And
Yeah.
there's some news about, or some rumors rather, that they're Villains Land and maybe Cars Land and maybe something else over there. And it's kind of weird. Villains Land would be great, maybe.
Yeah.
um, but I mean, it's all to be seen or whatever. And I'm sure we'll hear more in D23 this year. So
Yeah, that's coming up.
should be an interesting one. I mean, because one, there's all these rumors, and two, they're definitely closing down a lot of things, right?
Yeah, it better be an interesting one after the last debacle, D
Yeah,
23 thing they had where they just announced, let maybe we'll do something.
maybe.
I
Which,
don't know.
and then we should get more clarity about what's going on in Dino Land USA, right? Because
I hope so.
Dinosaur is being closed down to do its transformation, and then the rest of Dino Land to become what, like Encanto and maybe
Indiana.
yeah. So
Dinosaurs belongs in a museum.
that's right. So yeah, should be an interesting one.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, there we go. There's your Disney news. I'm sure there's other stuff, but we'll just wait till next time.
That's right. We can wait.
We can wait. Let's talk Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll keep going. You're good.
That's
That's all we can afford. Okay. For those listening or watching, I've said it before, probably.
Mm-hmm.
My second favorite movie behind Star Wars is Ghostbusters. I love Ghostbusters. I've been a fan of my life, or as long as there's been Ghostbusters. I still have some of the old toys over here from when I was a kid. I've got this lovely beauty, my janitor outfit behind me. It's even got a custom name tag on it. It says
Yeah.
Street. I got the cheap proton pack because I don't have tons of money.
But it's still cool looking,
it's
right?
still cool looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just not,
It's not
like
blue. It's not blue.
it's not blue. No, it's not like screen accurate life size. It's like a little smaller.
That's all right.
But whatever.
Yep.
I mean, it's 2024. Things get smaller, like
That's all right.
technology. You
Yeah.
think they would make it smaller, right?
Makes it smaller and doesn't last as long.
Yeah.
In with the times.
But I had the opportunity to go see Ghostbusters Frozen Empire before it
Yeah.
officially opened at an IMAX around here. They invited all these Ghostbuster people out, the Houston Ghostbuster organization, and a bunch of other Ghostbuster organizations, and
Mhm.
everybody came dressed in their official, well, not official, but
Yeah.
their Ghostbuster outfits, proton pack, all of them. There were so many of them,
Yeah.
and they had amazing proton packs that looked like came right out of the movie.
Lights and
Lights and
noises
sounds and
and yeah.
smoke coming off of them, and
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a guy at work that bought the one from Spirit Halloween, and he has had one of our coworkers print pieces off for him to make it better, like to improve it, and he's added a light kit to it, all this stuff. So it is possible to do more to it. You might do a little research on that and see.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I need to figure out what to add to mine.
Yeah.
And I am gonna grime it up. I know that.
That's a good idea.
Make it look sort of old. But when I was there, they also had these bad boys, the
Oh, man.
Ghost Trap popcorn bucket.
Excellent.
It doesn't make sounds, but it does like open up
It's
and
it
little lights come on and stuff.
Oh, that's cool. And you said there were 2 versions of this, right? That were being
So this was a Regal that we went to,
Yeah.
and this is the Regal version. Oh no.
You broke it.
I hit the button again. Sorry. This is the Regal version.
Yeah.
It's got lights on the outside. And then AMC did one
Mhm.
that they're both cool. The AMC one has this cool funnel thing that comes out of it. Looks like when the lights come out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
That you can put popcorn in. But on the AMC one, as you can see here, how the lines go. I'm backwards, but how the lines go on this one.
Yeah.
The
They're
AMC,
lined up.
yeah, they're actually like
Diagonal, yeah.
yeah, diagonal. The AMC one, it's chevron.
Oh,
So you got one side, so it's like triangle. There's like
yeah,
arrows. So
yeah.
they messed that up.
I
So
wonder
people,
if you could just well, no, you can't. I was gonna say if you took one of the doors off and flipped it around, but it's got a hinge on it, so you can
well, some people have been buying two
Oh.
and taking one off
Yeah.
and flipping those two.
Oh,
So
there you
that's
go.
a possibility. And then some people have just painted over
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But this is the one that they had there, so I got it and I'm happy with it. I want to figure out a way to hang it from my belt, but yeah,
Yeah.
there it is.
That'd be cool. You could carry it. Maybe you could figure out a way to add a tube to it or something where you could
Yeah.
just kinda hold
I
it.
mean, it's got the little
Yeah.
thing on the back, the
I
nipple
have
or
some
whatever.
tube
Oh,
some tubing that will probably fit over that, so
oh. Just put it in your backpack, bring it on the
I'll bring
plane.
it. I'll bring it to Comicpalooza.
Sir, why do you have so much tubing? It's for a personal reason. Uh, so we got to watch it on IMAX, and let me tell you, it was a really cool experience. Looking, I was on the end, looking to my right and seeing like all these Ghostbusters,
Mhm.
watching the new Ghostbuster movie.
Yeah.
And there were people there that if they had the big red coat that was in the commercials,
Yeah. And one little part.
and then at the end, they're just like, "What the? Why did I buy this? I was in it for like 5 seconds." So that was funny.
Yeah.
But where did you see it in?
So, I saw it at the theater here in Memphis and, at the Malco theaters.
Oh, Malco, our
Yes, you remember
favorite.
Malco from yeah.
Yeah, our
It's
favorite
local to
theater.
the Mid-South area, but we did not have any special popcorn buckets, never do, but we
Oh,
did have the opportunity to grab a mini poster, mini
oh,
movie,
there we go.
but did not. I
Oh,
like, what am I gonna do with it?
you put it on that wall right behind you.
I
This
don't
big
know.
empty space.
Over
No,
here.
other side.
Yep.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Coulda
No.
went there.
Yeah, I coulda went there. I probably should put the, fast pass up there. So that's where
No, that's where the Ghostbuster
that's where the
Christmas
goes.
is.
So we just saw it on a standard screen. There is an IMAX in town that we could have gone to that's, associated with Malco. One of my coworkers went to see it at the IMAX. He said it was pretty cool. But yeah, we just went to a standard one. When we don't have a difficult time getting tickets to movies. Some places it's hard to get, because they fill up quick and people
Yeah,
go to the movies. Apparently people have stopped going because they had this
yeah.
thing playing. This was opening night, Friday night, it wasn't Thursday or whatever, but it was, they had a showing every hour just about starting. So like
Oh,
6:30, 7:30, 8:30. They had 3 showings that, basically going back to back. So we took the 6:30 and there was hardly anybody, at least that reserved them. There were more people that ended up coming in later, but it still was nowhere near packed. But which I don't care. I mean, I don't. I'm just glad to go, and we have the nice theater seating and
yeah,
the recliners and all that fun stuff. So
yeah.
it was kind of
Or
cold in there. So.
it was cold in there. So I started to say, or maybe the seats weren't empty. It was
That's right.
ghosts
They were
coming to
ghosts.
watch Ghostbusters.
That's right. It
And you
was
said
cold.
it's cold, so therefore It must have
It
been.
must have been, yeah, but no, it was good.
Ooh. Anyways, okay, so
Yeah.
before we get to that, just real fast,
Yeah.
um, the one Ghostbusters Afterlife that came before this one,
Yes.
what w what were your thoughts on that one? Did you like that one a
I
lot,
liked it a
or
lot
yeah.
because we hadn't had anything good from Ghostbusters in a
Yeah,
long time, right? We had the movie with, the Saturday Night Live women on it, or whatever it was, and it
the movie that
the
shall not be named.
that's right. I don't even know the name of it, so I can't name it. And they didn't try to remake the old movies. They didn't try to do anything too different, but it was different. That was the thing. It was building onto it and connecting it to the past, but
Afterlife?
not trying. Yeah,
Yeah.
Afterlife was connecting it to the first two movies, I'll say, and um, because we find out that one of or the family is a
Mhm.
relative to
Egon.
Spangler,
Yep, Egon
Egon,
Spengler.
Egon. Yeah. And, so, I mean, I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was good, and I've recently heard that there were people that didn't think that way. They said, "Oh, was this new one better than the last one?" I was like, "Was there something
Yeah,
wrong with
what
the
were they
last one?"
watching? I think they were
And then
watching that the female
th well
the
well, that's what I asked somebody 'cause, I said, "Do you mean the other one with the women in it or whatever?" And he's like, "Maybe that's what I'm thinking of." And I think he was just being nice. I think he genuinely thought that the previous one wasn't that great, which I went online and I was looking at something with the new one and, saw other people commenting that similar things about Afterlife and, I was like, "Oh, I didn't realize there was such you know, large group of people that didn't like it." But
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
mean,
I loved
it's
it.
yeah.
I thought it was a very emotional, like, family-driven movie.
Mhm.
Like, not like a family-friendly movie, but like an
I
emotional
get yeah.
family movie where this family's trying to come back together and it brings the Ghostbusters back together as
Yep.
and this new one, Frozen Empire, was more of a, for lack of a better word or phrase, "Busted makes me feel good" movie,
Yeah,
um, where you're getting back into the real I mean, there was Ghostbusting in
sure.
Afterlife, but this one was more like
Well, that was
uh,
the setup for this one, right?
yeah, I
And
think so.
you've gotta learn the characters, and there were some like you said, there was some ghost busting in that one, and we got to see a few of the previous characters there, but this one really brought everybody in, which is kinda gimmicky, right? You just bring them all in, that's gonna bring everybody to the movie, right? You're gonna get to see them all. But I thought it was done well. I don't
Oh, it's going well too, yeah.
um, they played their characters well. It wasn't um, they weren't the same exact person. They were like an older version of their character,
Yeah,
which was correct, because they were old.
yeah,
And but I think that made it funny, and so
if
I
and
didn't have a problem with any of that.
it felt did you watch the old cartoon?
I didn't. No.
It this movie felt like a story from the old
Sure.
cartoons, and I
Yeah,
think
I
they
heard
took a
that.
lot of stuff from the old cartoons, but it felt like that, and so that was a little nostalgic too.
Mhm.
Uh, it was fun seeing, like, Slimer but it was
Yeah.
also really cool seeing a new big bad villain.
Yeah, this is a really scary villain. Real quick about Slimer, though, I thought the Slimer scenes were kind of weird,
Oh,
like they were
really?
kind of shoehorned in there because it didn't have anything to do with the rest of the story. It felt like it was just something to bring back another character from the previous movies and have something to
Yeah.
do with the guy from Stranger Things.
Yeah, in the that's sort of a callback to the cartoon, I think,
Okay.
because in the cartoon, Slimer basically lives at the firehouse,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he becomes like their not pet, but like their mascot sorta.
No. Yeah. I
And he
mean, I
just
felt
hangs
bad
out
for
and
him.
stuff, so to me, it was like, "Oh, so they're saying so they're going back and, like, Slimer's just been living here for years,
Sure. Yeah. I
and,
mean,
he's just hanging around, and it's good to see him."
yeah, and that was that way in I think in 2 probably as well, right? He was a, a fixture of the the firehouse, I think, or at least in they always ran into him, or the first one maybe, I don't remember, but
The second one, when I think they were, you see him in New York somewhere. I
probably.
forget. It's been a while since I've watched the second one.
That yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I don't even remember much of the second one. And there for a while, I used to get them confused. Like, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was in the first one, but
Yeah.
I always want to put him in the second one, but
Oh,
it wasn't. It
oh, the
was
second one's
the Statue
Vegal.
of Liberty, with the slime and all that. You know,
Yeah.
the pink slime.
Vegal.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, but I liked it. It is the little Stay Puft Marshmallows coming back for this one because they were in Afterlife.
right.
Coming back for this one was a little weird, but they explained it. I think that because it was like they were destroyed, so then why are they still here? But I guess Ray snuck some
Yeah,
out and took
yeah,
them back with them to mess with them or whatever,
yeah.
experiment
Do
with them.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I love this. I love the story. Um, so what did you? Because I know the one actor you've been sort of like, I don't really care for that actor. What did you think of him in the movie?
I guess we're
The
talking about
fire starter or
the
whatever.
fires. Okay. It was okay. He was again, yeah, he's not my favorite. But I thought he had his moments when he was funny, and it was kind of weird how I mean they did try to build it up where he's learning about his power and trying to
Yeah,
move fire, but then all of a sudden he's like a master of it. It's like, oh, okay.
yeah,
But I mean, it's fine. I don't care. It was still fun, and it was funny seeing him come out with the whole get up that his
yeah,
ancestors wore. But it was required, because kept him safe, I guess. But
yeah. For me, the breakout star of the movie
mm,
was Mr. James Acaster. He's a British comedian. He played the engineer guy that basically worked on stuff and made new
mhm,
stuff. He's on Taskmaster, one of my favorite seasons of
yeah,
Taskmaster. If you haven't watched that, you should watch it on YouTube. I thought he was funny, and
yeah,
I liked expanding the world of ghostbusting
hmm
from just the four guys in a firehouse
yeah.
to this whole company that's developing new things, and they sort of have their own black ops unit and stuff. And
Yeah, it's kind of weird how they kept it from them,
yeah,
but they probably did it for their own good because they would have maybe hurt themselves, and it was still all being tested, right? It wasn't
yeah,
like they were out there using the stuff necessarily, but they were trying to figure out ways to bust ghost and what to do with them.
Busted makes me feel good.
It does.
So I really enjoyed the movie. I want to watch it again. Even, people were sort of bashing on the spoilers. I guess we should have said that at the beginning.
It's
Busting on the
bust.
busting, yeah. On the ghost girl.
Yeah,
Um
that was a little strange, and it was a
yeah.
little strange that I can't think of her name, but
McKenna is actress. McKenna
well,
Grace.
the
The
main
girl, the little
yeah,
girl. Yeah.
the main girl, yeah. That she would just go out in the middle of New York and play chess in
Yeah.
the middle of the night. Uh, that was kinda weird. Um, but yeah, it was there were some things with that it made it kinda weird, yeah, with that
Yeah.
whole relationship.
I get what they're doing. And it's also weird because
But
except for Afterlife
mhm,
with Egon's ghost, most ghosts that you see in Ghostbusters are
yeah,
like
evil,
crazy looking, weird
yeah.
looking, evil looking, gross looking, and then you just have this little girl that's like, "Hi, I'm a teenager just like you, and
And she's on fire.
I'm on fire, and it's so cool."
Yeah,
Like, so that
yeah,
was sort of strange and sort of
yeah,
weird
sure.
because and then you have Slimer that's just like, "I'm
Yeah,
just a angsty teenage girl looking for
yeah.
my family."
But I kinda cut us off on the main villain of this
Yeah.
one with the big long horns, and I mean, he was super scary, right? I
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about watching the first ones
Mhm.
and how I felt about those. Like, was I scared watching those ghosts or watching? I mean, the not the Stay Puff necessarily, but the Destructors. You know what's the go? What's his name? Not Goro. What is the main ghost in the first one?
Go ahead.
Or
Okay,
no, I've
just keep
said it all now. It starts with a G.
yeah, let's go with Goro, I like that.
Goro, okay. Or Zool.
Zool? Yeah,
Zool,
yeah.
thank you. Okay.
I'm Goro.
I have 4 arms or 6 arms.
Zool, and the
Um,
Keymaster, and the Gatekeeper, and the
yeah.
Demon
Um,
Dogs.
yeah, the demon dogs. I mean, I don't know that I found that scary. Probably the scarier part was the librarian at the beginning,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
"Ah,"
Yes. And she
Um,
makes an appearance in this one. She's back.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on the second one, I don't think that was necessarily scary.
No.
But this one definitely would have
Yeah.
scared me. It's like deep, dark, kinda
Yeah, they had
scary.
a lot of scary stuff in this one.
A
I mean
demon.
yeah. I mean, not scary for us because we're
I mean,
in
no,
our
I'm just kidding.
40s, but, No, but yeah, this one was, more towards the horror side of stuff
Yeah,
than the sort of spooky comedy
right.
elements. The ghosts were it wasn't scary, but even there's a big dragon, just ghost
Yeah,
dragon going through the city,
sure.
and then, of course, the big bad, which I forget the big bad's name in this one.
No.
I don't know why I forget it. Somebody built a big puppet of it and brought it to the movie that I saw, and they were walking it around
Oh,
the theater, so that
well,
was pretty cool.
I wouldn't, put it past somebody doing that at, like a Comic Con or Comicpalooza,
Yeah.
Um, main villain. Trying to look it up now. Garaka. Is that right?
Garaka. Sure. That's fine.
Sounds right. It's kinda
Works
like
works
Goro.
works for me. It's Goro.
Yeah, so he's got these long horns coming out of his head that he attaches back to his head that were taken
Yeah.
from a long time
Yeah,
ago.
because some king or somebody thought he was getting too much power, so they
Yeah, like a pharaoh or something maybe.
took him of his horns, and then that made him mad, and he went crazy, and then the fire walker starters
Fire starters.
fire starters put an end to that. I thought the big sphere thing was cool and how it got released.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was neat.
yeah, I just liked it all. I liked it. I want more. I think there's more they can do now. Now that they've set up, you know, that they're all busting back in New York. I think there's more stuff they can do. Um, it was funny. Here's a thing that when I watched it, I was like,
Yeah.
"What?" So at the beginning, when they get brought into the mayor's office, and it's the old
Yeah.
guy, which I don't know how he got
He
elected the mayor.
Yeah, he wasn't the mayor in the first movie or
No, he was
whatever it
like
was.
this underling that
Yeah,
at the end of the movie everybody hated, but somehow he gets elected the mayor.
sure.
So he brings him in the office, and he's, furious because he still hates the Ghostbusters. And his big comeback, his big thing is, "Oh, you're underage.
Yeah,
You're not allowed to work.
to bus
You're
ghosts.
not allowed to bus goes. You're underage. You gotta go. You're on the sideline now."
Yeah.
And then it's like, "Oh no!" Like
Yeah.
the rest of us can still
Yeah,
do it.
what's that too? I don't know.
And then
Yeah,
she gets mad because she can't because they're like, "Nope, sorry, the mayor said you couldn't bus
she's
ghosts."
hey, at least she's a rule follower, right? It's not a bad
Well,
trait.
she wasn't a rule follower.
No, actually she wasn't. Yeah, but
No, she went out and made a bigger mess,
yeah.
destroyed that lion, but that was cool that the ghosts that they brought in like a sort of a poltergeist. It was just cool. I liked it.
Yeah,
There was a lot of throwbacks. There was a lot of nostalgia.
yeah,
There was new stuff thrown in. There's some character building.
sure.
I thought the story was cool. Yeah, I think it sets it up for more. movies. Did you stay for the after credit scene?
I did. I looked it up on my phone. I was like, "Do I need to stay?"
Yeah.
So we
So
stayed.
that was sort of fun.
Yeah.
The little marshmallow Stay Puft's still a big Stay Puft truck. So
Yeah.
who knows what they're gonna do with that? An army gonna form a giant again? I don't know. But I think there's potential for more movies. I know that there's an animated series coming to
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yep.
So
It's coming.
Ghostbusters is not dead.
Not dead. Well, the ghosts are.
The ghosts are. Um, it was funny that they've been storing those ghosts in this containment unit, and they were just like, "Man, just leave it here."
Yeah. I guess I never
Just
really thought about what happened to the ghosts. I
uh,
knew they went to the containment, but it's like, what and that I started thinking about it while I was watching it. I was like, what did happen to them? Like, did they just kind of dissolve? Are they still all in there from
yeah,
1984?
that's a throwback to the cartoon. There was like at least one whole episode where
Mm,
they send Slimer into the ghost containment unit to find another ghost, and it's like a whole other world where all the ghosts are just living in there on this weird planet-looking place.
yeah.
Looks like Mars or something, and they're just like all hanging out in there, living in the
It's like
containment unit.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, yeah. Which they just showed. There was just a new trailer for the new Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Excited for that too. All
Yeah.
these cool 80 things are coming back.
Yeah.
It's fun
Makes
for us, I
It
think.
is fun. It kinda makes me nervous for what they might do next, and don't touch some of these movies, It's like, "Don't touch my
You
Back
don't
to the
want you
Future,"
don't
and
want Tom Holland Back to the Future?
no, I don't need any of that, or Goonies. I don't need
Yeah.
anybody to touch Goonies or,
Yeah, we'll see.
so we'll see. I'm sure they'll do something.
I like these continuations.
Mhm.
So if somehow they could do continuations of those movies, it might be
Maybe.
good, but I'm not a big fan of reboots where they're just
Yeah.
like what they did with that other Ghostbusters movie where they're just like, "Let's just reboot the thing." I'm not a
Mm.
fan of those, taking movies that we beloved and said, "Let's just do it over, but a little different."
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No, I agree.
so
Uh,
continuation of the Ghostbusters has been great. Continuation of, Beetlejuice will probably be cool.
yep.
Um,
Well, they did
s
Tom Cruise, Top Gun with
yeah,
Maverick. That was a good continuation, right?
yeah.
So,
So
it can
80
be.
stuff's coming back, continuing on.
Yep,
I think it's the perfect time because for a lot of those movies we love, the
sure.
original actors are still around, so they
Yeah.
can be part of the projects.
One of the things they did when we were in college, I guess, was, maybe or just gotten out of college was, Charlie's Angels, like, that was from the
Yeah,
'70s, right?
yeah,
And those were awesome. And they
yeah,
they did bring back some of the original actors or actresses
yeah,
from that one, so that was cool, but those were really good, so.
yeah. So we'll see what's next. Hopefully, there'll
Fall
be more
Fall
Ghostbusters.
Guy is coming out soon too,
Yeah, I saw
which
that.
is weird. I don't think it's
Yeah,
I don't know. It's
they
kinda
just
cheap.
did a new oh, what's the dude's a bouncer at a bar.
Mm.
I think it was Patrick
Oh,
Swayze in the original.
Roadhouse.
Yeah, they just did a new
Yeah,
Roadhouse. But
yeah,
see, that's what I'm saying. It's
right,
not a continuation.
right.
They're just redoing the movie because it's like, "Oh, we got this movie over here. Let's redo it." I'm not a big fan of those. But
No,
this where they're, like, bringing back nostalgia and they're bringing back the original characters and with a continuation of the story that
yeah,
sort of shows that this universe is still out there living on, and now we get to experience it.
yeah,
And, I mean, there's still a ton of Ghostbusters fans. I mean,
yes.
I was in a whole theater of them. Oh, here it comes. If
And
you're watching
speaking
on
of
YouTube.
this, so if you're not watching, if you're just listening, I, for Comicpalooza, I was trying to come up with an idea. We decided since Ghostbusters is coming out, we should do Ghostbusters. So I was like, I want to make the helmet that Rick Moranis' character wears, the Keymaster. So I found parts and I made one, and it's pretty close.
There it
Got
is.
some of
Looks wonderful from here.
the chin strap's not quite right, but it's okay. I got to figure out the smile. I'm trying to put it on crooked. So
Yeah.
the helmet did make an appearance in in the movie as well with the guy
Yes.
that I don't care for, but they put it on him to
Yeah.
analyze his brain and figure out if he was really a fire starter or whatever he was, if he's crazy or something.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited to wear this. I'm
The whole time.
the whole time at Comicpalooza. Better because no, it ended up being a lot more expensive than I
Oh,
intended it to be because I had to buy all these parts and
wow.
source them,
Shouldn't you
but it
just
was
take like an old TV and just like tear it apart? And...
yeah. The wire wasn't too bad. It's these not capacitors, but resistors that are super big, like these things here and these over here. That they're just hard to find, and then the spacers for these white pieces that they were kind of hard, but I eventually found them. And
so, are you doing the whole outfit, or are you just doing that?
I'm not going to do the outfit because in the movie, the original movie, he wore a yellow pullover, long sleeve pullover underneath a long sleeve button down shirt that was kind of button crazy, and like brown slacks and brown shoes and all this. Will be in Texas.
Yeah, it'd be. I mean, it'd be cool. It'd be
like maybe in the low 90s,
You put like a short sleeve button up shirt that's
So
all messed up.
yeah. So my thought is maybe I'll buy or have a yellow T-shirt underneath with a blue short sleeve button down. I was trying to find one that had stripes, but I'm like, it doesn't really matter. And then
You know, it would be cool.
Yeah.
Here, I mean, we'll just talk about it on here on live.
Yeah, why not?
If you take like a button-up shirt, it'd have to be one you don't care about,
and
like cut it and burn it and singe it, and like sort of like in the movie when he comes out of the. So it's sort of like a cross between when he wears the hat and. I guess that is when because when he comes out of the.
So no,
no, that's before. That's before he goes into that. But just sort of, it would you could put like just dirt on you.
Yeah. So we'll see.
I don't know. We'll see. As long as you're running around the aisles of Comicpalooza acting like a madman,
asking
looking
people
for the
gatekeeper, yeah.
And I'm chasing behind you, trying to track you down.
Track me down.
We'll just have a big show of it.
We'll see. See what happens.
We're gonna get you out of your shell. You're just gonna be running around all crazy. And then people are going to want to take pictures with you, and I'll be like, "Hey, I'm in my Ghostbuster outfit. You want a picture?"
We'll be a duo this time.
No, they're like, no, just stand over there. We just want pasta head. What's going to be really funny is if people come up to you, "Oh, are you dressed as the fire starter?"
Right? No,
and you're like, "No."
No, I don't know. It'll be interesting. The people I've shown it to so far, of course, I knew they would know what it was from before the movie came out, but then even some people at work that weren't quite sure, they're like, "Oh yeah, I remember that." We have this lady that comes over and tutors my son on the French horn, and it was sitting on our dining room table as I'm building it, or our kitchen table, and I'm actually kind of tweaking some things on it, working, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, what is that?" And I was like. And I told her, and she's like, "That's what I thought it was. That's so awesome! I can't wait to see it." So
it's so cool. It's cool. It looks like it's
proud of it. So yeah, it's pretty close. I mean, there's obviously it's not perfect, but
it's perfect for me.
Perfect for me.
I'm excited. We're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
We try to get Chris to do Ghostbusters with this. He's like, "I don't want to." Whatever. But I think the Houston Ghostbusters will be there, so we'll have to go track them down and see them and show off your hat.
Yeah.
And they'll probably love it, and they'll make you a member and tell me to take my spirit backpack and kick bricks or whatever. Hit the road.
Oh, it'll be fun. We'll have a great time.
Yeah, we will. And I'll bring Star Wars stuff too.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of more celebrities announced.
Yes.
I learned that I didn't know how to pronounce Rebecca Romijn's name today. I was told my wife, I was like, "Yeah, Rebecca Romijn's going to be there." It's not even spelled like that. And she's like, "Who?" From Ugly Betty, and was also in X-Men and all that. Yeah, she's like, "Rebecca Romijn?" I was like, "It has a J in there. There's no..." Hey, what are you talking about?
We're gonna run into her in the elevator. That's to be
I
the one
know.
person we see in the elevator, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, hello, Miss Ronjen."
So that was fun. But then Buck from Deadpool will be there. He's apparently used to be in wrestling or something. The guy that played Buck in Deadpool, right? Randall something or other, or his last name was Randall. I don't know who
I
he
don't
was.
know.
He looked like Bam Bam Bigelow. I was like, is that Bam Bam Bigelow? But it didn't
Oh,
say that.
hmm.
But that
Somebody from Star Trek.
somebody from Star Trek that was like pre Captain Kirk. So I'm not familiar with the
It was.
latest
I thought it
movie.
was a. Oh yeah, it's one of the new ones, right?
Yes, new movies, but pre Captain Kirk is what they're
Okay, gotcha.
saying. It's
Yeah.
like the pre, but he's also in Inhuman, and I wish I could
Oh,
say his name. I
that's
don't
where he
remember his
is.
name.
Yeah.
But
Okay. I know.
also in Doctor Strange, um, the last movie, what it was called, the
Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness. Supposedly, he was one of the Doctor Stranges, and so
Oh,
or
one of Doctor
something,
Strange. He was
or something in there.
the Inhuman
Oh, okay, maybe that's what it was. He was
that
okay.
his power is his voice, so he can talk.
Yeah, maybe that's what I was reading. I don't know. I forgot
Yeah.
his name, so this isn't helpful. But then one of my favorites that's going to be there, which is I'll have to take something
John
that he does.
Cena. Oh.
No, not John
He's gonna be
Cena.
there though. John Cena.
Oh no, it's somewhere. My claptrap is somewhere.
Oh yes, he's
The
gonna have the
voice of
voice.
Claptrap is going to be at Comicpalooza, so that's kind of
Oh,
cool.
that's cool.
Probably not going to. I don't know who was going to be the voice in the movie. Didn't they
Jack
announce who that was?
Black.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know where in the.
Which
Oh, it's
everybody when
behind.
the trailer came out, like, why didn't they just get the original voice for Claptrap?
Right, because it's not like it's a person.
Yeah.
It's
Well, it
on
is
the
a
screen.
person, but
On the screen, right? It's
voice,
a
yeah.
yeah.
We're just
um,
gonna have Jack Black dressed up in a costume.
but and then there were some other people that I can't remember right now. But
Yeah, there's a few. I think they're still announcing people.
yeah, I think so.
End of May 24th through the 26th.
Oh, there was a video game voice. There's a lady that is from the Resident Evil games, like is one of the main
Yeah.
characters in there. I was like, that's pretty cool.
So we'll see. I'm
Yeah.
sure we're forgetting people that are going to be
Oh
there.
yeah,
We'll
there's
be
lots of
there.
there's some office people that are going to be there,
That's
and
what I'm excited about. Creed from The
yeah,
Office.
Creep in the Office, and
Yeah, the
some
Scranton
of the
Strangler.
yeah. So I'm sure they'll have a panel because there's at least 3
Yeah,
of
there's
them.
three of the Office people going to be there.
Yeah, and then there's 2 from Napoleon Dynamite, one
Yeah.
being John Heater and, then, Pedro. I can't think of the actor's name for Pedro, but they'll be there, so I bet they'll do something.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
So
Fun times.
I'm just looking for them to add more Star Wars people because they have the
Oh, they have
actress
little Leia. Yeah.
that played little Leia, so it's like, surely she's gonna be with somebody else.
I don't know.
They're
Maybe
just
she's
waiting.
passing through. Maybe she lives around here and she's just like, oh,
She lives
just
in
pop
Houston,
over.
yeah.
Just pop over.
I'll just pop over. I got no school that day,
It's
so
cool
it's
that
okay.
day. I'll pop over and say hi. Well, cool. Well, I mean,
Yep.
we gave our. I guess that was our review of the
That's
new
our review.
Ghostbuster. We
Ghostbusters.
loved it. Chris saw it too, but he wasn't here to give his review of it.
He liked it.
He liked it. He said,
It was good.
"It's good. It's good." But hopefully, we'll start having some more guests come in. We'll have some more fun stuff coming up with new stuff. The new Fallout show's just started. We haven't got to watch it
Yes.
yet,
Yep.
but I'm sure we'll talk about that.
Yep, that'll come up.
There's new crystals on iamGEEKshop.
Yes, new iamGEEK crystals
Just
for your
dropped.
Kyber crystals.
Yeah, they're sort of mystery crystals
Mm,
because if you watch the Clone Wars animated series, there's an episode called The Gathering where they take young Padawans to find their Kyber crystals, and
mhm,
a Kyber crystal always starts out as clear.
mm,
They're all clear, and then when you person finds it, Padawan finds it, um, when they bring it back, it will turn. They'll bond with it. It will turn the color. So this one, you go on iamGEEKshop, you find the Gathering listing,
mm.
and then you click on it, and there'll be paths to choose from. So
Oh.
there's like peace and justice, power,
Hmm.
elemental, and protection, defense. You pick what you're drawn to. Say if you're all about justice, so you pick
Yeah.
justice. And then when you get the crystal, when it ships to you from the caves of Illum,
When you would have ships it to you.
yeah, when Yoda ships it to you, put it in your lightsaber, and you'll find out what color it is. Or put it over a light source, any light source. It could be the camera on your phone, or the light on your phone, and it will shine that color, whatever it is.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah. And if you're like, well, I'm General Grievous, and I just can't choose one. I want them all. Then
you can get them all.
There's the Crystal Cave collection that includes all 7. Yes, I said 7.
Wow.
The 7th one you can only get with that collection. It's the rare black Kyber crystal.
Very cool.
And that comes with a stand that lights up, so you can just put them on the stand, on your shelf, on your desk, or wherever, and they'll always be lit up to the colors the mystery colors that they are that you bond with. So there you go. I think I may bring out that stand by itself, where you can just purchase, because I did make the stand where it will work with the ones you buy at Disney too.
Okay.
So you can put your ones from Disney on that stand too.
Cool. Yeah.
Light up. So I'll probably bring that out separate too, maybe.
Yeah.
But if you want the whole collection, I think it's a really cool little crystal. It looks like you popped it right out of a cave somewhere.
Yeah, it's not, definitely doesn't look like any other crystal that I've seen. At least I don't. But yeah.
And then I have some more that I'm working on that are little lanterns that light up.
Yeah,
so those are cool coming out too. But anyways, iamGEEKshop on Etsy. Please go over there, at least check it out, and let me know what you think. But I guess it's time. It's time to wrap it up. It's time to say goodbye to another iamGEEK.
Yes. Until the next time.
Till the next time.
But next week.
Oh, yes.
We'll be living with Landspeeder, Lord willing. Right.
Lord willing, if the creek don't rise. Right? That's the old saying?
Yeah, that's the old saying.
If the creek don't rise, we'll be recording Live with the Landspeeder. Will we have a guest? I don't know. Will Derek be there? Maybe.
We'll be there.
Is he listening right now? I hope so. Hey, Derek, if you're
so.
listening.
Hey, Derek.
But I don't know what attraction. We'll be doing a new attraction.
Yeah.
Last week, go watch or listen to the Carousel of Progress Star Wars Vacation episode because Katrin knocked it out of the park. I wanted him just to delete mine and delete Derek's and just his.
No.
Because he knocked it out of the park. You got to go watch it or listen to it, because it was a beautiful masterstroke of Star Warsifying an attraction.
It was fun.
Loved it. He's being modest. It was really good. I want that. I want that version of it.
It'd be great. Yeah.
So anyways. So yeah. But thanks for joining us on episode 294 of iamGEEK. And we'll be back in 2 weeks with something new, something fun, and of course, something geeky. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.